Welcome to another exciting episode of Presidential Talk. I'm your host, Juan Mendieta, where again, we go outside the studio to bring you this show. And today we're at the Wolfson Campus of Miami Dade College, and we're making magic with the president of the Wolfson Campus, Dr. José Vicente. Dr. Vicente, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Juan. Delighted to be here.
You know, it's always great to go out of the studio, but especially today, I feel really enthusiastic and energetic about going live for magic. And we're going to be talking about magic in a few minutes, but I wanted you to talk first about the magic that is Wolfson Campus. Kidding aside, it is a central campus that provides many services to the community, and for readers and viewers who may not know a lot about the campus, what is your message to them?
Well, the campus was actually the pioneer in the renaissance of downtown Miami, and today we see that downtown has truly become the epicenter of Miami-Dade County. And the downtown of today, it's not even remotely close to how downtown Miami will be within the next 2 years. With all of the expansions that are taking place with the development of the all-aboard train, which is the bullet, our version of the bullet train, the convention center, also what has transpired in terms of technology, that Miami supposedly is becoming the new Silicon Valley, and for the campus to be smack in the middle of it. We are the only institution of higher education with a full-blown campus in the middle of downtown Miami, serving approximately 50,000 students annually here in the downtown area. So we are the educational entity that is here serving the different industries that we actually see emerging, because we see the hospitality industry with a stellar outlook. The same thing is applicable in terms of what I just alluded to in terms of technology, as you correctly stated before, the new Miami Animation and Gaming International Complex that we just launched about 2 months ago. The Culinary Arts program that we have, which our students continue to make their mark, even though we are the new school, so to speak, in the area of culinary. In the area of the arts, we have a major presence in downtown Miami. The Wolfson Campus, actually, through the Freedom Tower, is one of the venues for the upcoming Art Basel. We have the Miami International Book Fair, which is the #1 literary event in the country, in which literally over 250,000 people descend here in downtown Miami. And we actually are the engine when it comes to workforce training, when it comes to providing a true liberal arts education, which encompasses communication, all of the areas of the arts. Our students in the arts are continuing to make their mark as well, from the literary magazine that they actually produce, to the students in the area of music that are continuing to perform all over the city. And certainly we have a series of programs both in the arts as well as the sciences. It's another important factor that our students at Miami-Dade are actually conducting research early on, like no other students in higher education at the freshman and sophomore level. That speaks volume in terms of the quality of the programs and the quality of the faculty that we have here that comprise our institution.
Well, that's a great overview of really a full-service campus, as you mentioned. A campus with humble beginnings that started off in 1970 in a couple of storefronts, and today is a gem in downtown Miami. Historic buildings on this campus, brand new buildings like the one we're in today, but a great mix for our students. You were talking about the arts, and one of the things I want to expound upon is arts and philosophy at Wolfson, one of the better arts programming around at any institution. Removing the book fair and the film festival, which you mentioned, there is a rich arts program here at the Wolfson campus, correct?
It is a true program that encompasses all areas of the arts, whether the performing as well as the visual arts, the quality of the exhibits that our students are exhibiting in terms of their work, as well as the kinds of exhibits that we as an institution are bringing to the college and to the community at large. I alluded to the fact that we are one of the venues for Art Basel, and that is, frankly, a major distinction for us as an academic institution. I believe we're the only ones that are actually one of the venues here in Miami-Dade County where exhibits from Art Basel take place here on campus.
And you also have the renowned New World School of the Arts, one of the nationally ranked arts conservatories, and that's a great program
that is
as
our
well.
version of the Juilliard, and it's another wonderful relationship that we have with the school system, certainly with a partnership with the University of Florida, in which the students actually come here to the Wolfson Campus to commence their high school program in the area of the arts, and actually they go through high school, they go through their 2 years of Miami Dade College, and ultimately the upper division level the last 2 years of the University of Florida, everything in one place right here in downtown Miami.
That is fantastic. And with the last 2 minutes of this segment, I want to talk about some recent news that really put your campus on the national forefront, and that's the Ashoka Campus designation, where you are one of the leaders of that effort.
It is a major distinction. Obviously, we are the only institution of higher education in the Southeast region.
Southeast United States.
Of the United States,
Yeah.
but thank you. That has received that designation, and a number of the Ivy League schools, Brown, you name it, a number of them have actually are on that particular group, and it's of great pride for us to have been able to have been designated as an Ashoka institution.
And this is a program that'll touch across many disciplines. It's to basically ignite the change maker in everybody to deal with world and social justice issues, climate change, everything.
It is across the curriculum as it is across the industries.
Excellent. Well, that wraps up our first segment here. Certainly we could always talk a lot more, but we have 2 more segments to go. You don't want to miss it. We'll be right back here on MDC TV. I'm your host, Juan Mendieta. Stick around.
Be creative. Be a hero. Be the solution. Be connected. Be innovative. Be global. Be successful. Be you. Be MDC. Be Miami Dade College.
Welcome back to Presidential Talk. I'm your host, Juan Mendieta. Today we are at the Wolfson Campus at Miami Dade College with Dr. Vicente, the president of the campus. And on this second segment, we're joined by Shelly Fano, the chair of hospitality here at the Wolfson Campus. Thanks for joining us, Shelly.
Thank you, Juan. Thank you, Dr. Vicente.
Actually, I want to begin with you to provide an overview to our community of what Miami Dade College offers specifically at the Wolfson Campus in the way of hospitality.
Well, we have a wonderful program. We have credit department where we have an AA degree, AS degree, and college credit certificates that can lead to a myriad of opportunities for our students.
And the Miami Culinary Institute is also a center piece, a little bit of a pun intended in that program offering. Tell us about the Miami Culinary Institute, really a unique gem, and then we're going to talk a little bit more about hospitality.
The Miami Culinary Institute is a sister program of the other program, and we have an associate in science degree and college credit certificates where students come to learn about all the wonderful things that are happening in the industry.
And one of the things, Dr. Vicente, we alluded to in the first segment was the partnerships we have. These are programs that are directly linked to industry where students graduate workforce ready to attain those careers that actually provide good salaries. Tell me about hospitality and some of the key partnerships and why it's important.
Well, we certainly enjoy a stupendous opportunity, and keep in mind that each of these programs, they have also an advisory committee. And the advisory committees are comprised of literally who's who in the industry. In the case of hospitality, in terms of those in the hospitality industry, we have folks that are directors of HR from chains of hotels. owners of hotels. The same thing is applicable when we're talking about the culinary arts program. We have famous chefs and individuals that are owners of major restaurants here in the area. I'd like for Shelley to have the opportunity to expound on that and specifically on the kinds of, and provide specific examples of the kinds of partnerships that we have been able to enjoy here at Wolfson.
Thank you, Dr. Vicente. We have a wonderful partnership with Hilton, and our students are able to go over there and do co-op work opportunities or internships leading to wonderful positions in the front desk, in food and beverage, in customer service, and even in accounting. We've had one student that went all the way from housekeeping all the way to being a manager of a hotel right now. So these partnerships have been very advantageous in getting students in the workforce.
And I want to mention the workforce for a second because hospitality remains today one of the top industries. One Community, One Goal and the Beacon Council recently came out with their new version of the industries, but hospitality remains a very hot industry here in this town, obviously.
One of the points that I alluded to in the opening segment was the fact that that is an area that is going to experience tremendous growth. It's anticipated that close to 8,000 hotel rooms will be built here within proximity to downtown Miami. That by itself is going to be such a boost, and what it indicates is that that is a tremendous opportunity for individuals that will be training in the areas of hospitality as well as in the culinary arts, because the need is going to be extremely vast.
And Shelley, I want to talk about opportunities and careers in hospitality. People may think it's strictly hotels or strictly the front desk, but within hospitality, there are a myriad of management level, even marketing, the accounting, the books. Tell me about the careers that people could enter with a hospitality degree.
Many times our students, when they're doing their co-op opportunities or their internships, they start in entry level and then they work through, because a lot of the hotels hire from within. They like for their people to come in, learn the culture of their organization, and then move up the chain. So they can start out being a bellman and go all the way to being a manager of a hotel.
That is fantastic. And have we seen the program grow? Are there opportunities for growth and enrollment in hospitality here?
Yes, there definitely are. Right here in downtown, we're so very excited. We've been contacted by many of the people. Marriott, for example, is building an 1,800-room Marriott Marquis 3 blocks from here in the Miami World Center. And they've definitely reached out to us for training and for hiring our students, as well as perhaps offering scholarships for the students as they learn.
So there is a professional development opportunity here as well at this campus for surrounding businesses, the downtown corridor.
There is a major one. So we have those that are the entry levels and those that are coming for the first time. And then by the same token, we do have individuals that are already in the industries that they want to upgrade their skills, or they want to be able to ascend within the organization, and they look for training opportunities in other areas that would provide them with that career path.
And being at the entrance of Port Miami, just a block away, I'm sure that there are also synergies with the cruise industry and our hospitality program.
Indeed, there are. As Dr. Vicente alluded before about our advisory council, we actually have the port director on our advisory council.
And for the perspective of culinary, we have a propensity to only think about tourism, but let us not forget that the population in downtown Miami in the last few years has actually doubled. And with the other edifices that are condos that are being erected that will be coming online within the next 5 years, that will provide another set of opportunities that were not there, 10 years ago.
So for the Miami Culinary Institute, there are opportunities for students every single day, created not only here downtown but beyond. The Culinary Institute, which I know is one of your sister programs, it's a very unique program still today because of the affordability, the focus on sustainability, the hands-on experience that our students get. Can you tell us about that?
Yes, and in the other aspect that I wanted to also remind everyone is that the number of restaurants in the entire Dade County area has more than doubled in the past decade. And all of the indicators are that that is an area that will continue to increase as people have become much more sensitive in terms of into the type of food and the quality of food that they want to be able to have served.
And an interesting thing about the student experience here, both in hospitality and in culinary, is that it's not only the experience with teachers and their peers, but this last year alone, we've had the best chefs in the world go through the Culinary Institute. Chef the Roca brothers, Chef Arzak, Chef Adria. They all went through the Culinary Institute and did some hands-on things with our students. And also the top chefs from Cuba were here recently.
One, not only that, actually the Miami Culinary Institute, it's getting such attention that even when we're talking about any kind of national news that actually comes out, we have the major networks in terms of the early morning national programs actually coming out live from the Miami Culinary Institute, beaming the news. What a wonderful validation of our program to be recognized by those networks at the national level. It speaks volumes.
Absolutely, and it's to a point where we certainly push for those things, but these people are coming to us. These chefs that I talked about, we didn't have to knock hard on doors. They wanted to come specifically to meet with our students. And Shelley, I just wanted to finish the segment again with a message from you to our viewing public about the importance of a hospitality education and about doing that here at the Wolfson Campus of Miami Dade College.
Well, as a very close friend of mine says, everyone around the world has found Miami, and they're all coming here to travel. So there'll be many jobs and many opportunities to train, to learn, and to go out and get a job.
Excellent. Time flies again. Thanks so much for joining us for this segment, Shelley, and we'll be back again here on MDC TV as we continue our show from the Wolfson Campus. You don't want to miss it.
Be creative. Be a hero. Be the solution. Be connected. Be innovative. Be global. Be successful. Be you. Be MDC. Be Miami Dade College.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to this exciting episode of Presidential Talk on MDC TV. This final segment coming to you from the Wolfson Campus. And today, at this segment, we're going to talk a little bit about engineering technology and also about Miami's Gaming and Animation International Complex. And we're joined by the school director of the School of Engineering and Technology here at Miami-Dade College, Dr. Juraj Babic. Welcome to the show.
Dan, thank you for having me.
Excellent. You know, we've been talking about workforce, we've been talking about industries where there are opportunities for career growth and good salaries, and certainly in the area of engineering, and later on we'll talk about animation. There are many opportunities, but tell us first about the School of Engineering Technology, and Tech as some people refer to it, and the great opportunities offered there in programs and degrees also.
Well, the school offers a variety of programs, and we certainly think of us not only as a workforce-driven, but the keyword in particular in recent developments has been stackable credentials. And so we understand that as students progress through our programs, smaller steps are always better than taking big leaps. And with that being said, we are developing programs in partnership with our industry representatives in a way where students along the pathway can always start small by obtaining first the college credit certificate, which is always aligned with the industry certification, which does give them a industry credential that immediately prepares them for the employment. On that process, they can then continue to obtain associate in science degree. We offer over 10 different associate in science degree, from animation, game development, networking, all the way to advanced manufacturing and electronics. We also within the school offer 2 baccalaureate degrees, one in the electronics engineering technology and then another in information systems technology.
And that has to be music to your ears again, because these are great opportunities where people can study right here in downtown Miami. They don't have to go to other parts of the county. There are synergies not only with people who work downtown, but with the growing number of occupants and all these new developments. This is a great place to come and study for all these programs.
Certainly, and one of the issues that I again alluded to in the opening segment was about the fact that Miami is becoming a major technological hub. People don't realize that actually all of the electronic correspondence to Latin America literally traverses within 5 blocks here from the Wolfson Campus. And interestingly, by the way, Latin America is a major force when it comes to consumers in the areas of certain areas of technology. When we're talking about, and you were talking about previously, the whole area of animation and gaming, Latin America is the second continent in the world in terms of the consumption of gaming. While we in the United States are the major producers, they're the major consumers, or at least the second major consumers right after Asia. So what that provides is a great opportunity for individuals that want to be trained in those areas, not only at the local level, which at the local level we continue to be at the forefront, but also in terms of the individuals from Latin America as well.
And before we get to animation in this beautiful facility where we're sitting, going back to the opportunities in engineering and technology, our students train on state-of-the-art equipment, and we also partner with industry as well to make sure that what we're doing is what students are going to encounter at the workplace.
Absolutely. The technology is changing so rapidly. Having an ongoing partnerships with industry is absolutely essential for both program development and ensuring that students can obtain jobs after graduation. And so there is never a dull moment at the School of Engineering and Technology when it comes to curriculum development. Currently, we are engaged across multiple sectors in developing technological solutions in terms of programming in partnership with, and just give you an example, we're developing the entire stackable pathway with respect to big data and data analytics. And so within that, we have partnered with our colleagues from the Business Higher Education Forum and Next Era Energy, Siemens Energy, Oracle, and Accenture to develop college credit certificate in business intelligence and associate in science in business intelligence, as well as the baccalaureate degree in data analytics to support variety of sectors. In addition to that, we are currently engaged in conversations with Checkpoint, one of the major providers of cybersecurity solutions for businesses, to become an official secure academy for Checkpoint and train our students to obtain a high-paying jobs that are in extremely high demand, but the lack of talent is apparent. And in addition to that, we're in partnership with Amazon Web Services. They will actually be hosting the Awesome Day right here at the Wolfson Campus this coming Friday. We're developing the cloud computing solutions in partnership with them to offer it as an industry certification for our baccalaureate and associate in science students to make them more employable and more attractive to the employers.
That's fantastic. Those names he just reeled off as far as organizations and companies go are tops.
They are the who's who in the industry, but one, I think that the clear point that we need to reemphasize here is that in terms of all of the areas in which Miami Dade College continues to be on the forefront, in terms of developing these new opportunities, those are areas that are in very high demand. As a matter of fact, those companies are in a dire need to find trained individuals, and that's why, again, Miami-Dade as an institution is part of the solution.
Absolutely, and one of the things I wanted to talk about as well, STEM is so hot. We had the vice president here recently talking about STEM, but engineering is right there in the middle of it, and I understand that your students are also doing research within engineering, which is not always common at state colleges.
Correct. We have actually engaged in a partnership with Business Higher Education Forum again and the National Science Foundation to have seed funding to allow our students to engage in a real-world industry research within the program that is integrated as rather than giving them an option as something that they will be selecting as an add-on, but rather to have it as a fundamental part of their pathway as they're obtaining the degrees.
Well, Dr. Vicente, we saved the best for last, even though everything is good here at this campus, but this is the state-of-the-art MAGIC, the Miami Animation and Gaming International Complex, which was inaugurated with much media fanfare and community excitement just a few months ago, but we're here in a room in a facility which is unlike most others in higher education.
Well, I think it's important to note that the area of animation and gaming those two areas are gaining major opportunities, and those are two relatively new industries to the Miami area. And here we are, the pioneers again, on the forefront in making sure that we develop the training facilities that are up to par to any of the studios that you'd find anywhere in the world. As a matter of fact, we just hosted an animation conference that is ranked among the top 10 in the world. Right here we had over 1,000 participants coming. We had entries participating from 38 the different countries from all over the globe. And as importantly, we had who's who in the industry coming to partake in the conference and to deliver presentations to our students and the participants. When they took a look at the kinds of facilities that we've developed here, they say that they are up to par with the very best in terms of the industry, which what it says is that the students that get trained here, they are being trained in with the most sophisticated technology that is in the industry, and that should place them on the forefront in terms of employment opportunities.
And like Dr. Babich mentioned a few minutes ago, in partnerships and engineering, there are tremendous industry partners that are on the ground right here at this facility. Pixar, Sony,
Viacom,
Univision,
yes.
Alienware, even a major museum. Tell us about those.
Well, the new museum that is actually going to be inaugurated, which is the version of the Frost Museum in Latin America, that is in Brazil. We just signed an MOU with them because they want to be on the forefront with us on everything that we do in the area of animation. So the sky is the limit, and we're pursuing that limit of the sky.
Well, we're just about out of time in this segment. Again, time flies when there's so much to talk about. That's why we have to have you back very soon. But what are your closing comments to the viewers now who may be thinking about attending the Wolfson campus?
Well, I think that Miami-Dade continues to be the people's college, and in that particular regard, there's a myriad of opportunity. We are here to serve the community. As a matter of fact, I'd like to provide the phone number, 305-237-3076, for any kind of information in terms of all of the programs that we touched on today, as well as the many others that we did not have an opportunity to talk about. But in essence, whether it is that the individual wants to upgrade their skills, whether they want to learn another language, including English as a second language or any foreign language, whether they want to pursue any career in any of the fields that we've actually mentioned, Miami-Dade College is here to serve them.
Excellent recap. Dr. Vicente, thank you very much. Dr. Babich as well. And a special thank you to our viewers for tuning in these last 30 minutes to learn more about the Wolfson campus in the heart of downtown Miami, doing so many great things. You definitely want to check it out and consider enrolling at the Wolfson campus of Miami Dade College. Until next time, I'm your host, Juan Mendieta. Thanks so much for joining us.